Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a reading for all signs. It just means, really what we're doing is we're connecting with our guides. So you don't need a sign for that. We are going to make it about love because it's just where it goes anyways. And 2023, Universal Year 7, I just feel, I know I said this a million times, but I feel like there's people connecting, especially soulmates, that I feel like it's just going to surprise a lot of people, because I feel like soulmates are kind of put in place for us, or we're put in place for them. So I feel like they come in at just the right time. Maybe not exactly when we want them, but in divine timing. So that's what we're really going to look at. Again, all signs. I'm going to use 4 different decks today also. I decided to bring out Archangel Raphael. This is an oracle deck, and I don't use it that often. I don't know why, but today I'm bringing it out. And then we're also going to use Mother Mary for our words of wisdom, a deck that I just love. By the way, a lot of people ask me where I buy my decks. The majority of the decks I buy are on hayhouse.com. They usually have great sales and pretty good prices. If you go to like eBay, I feel like a lot of people overprice what you can buy brand new. So, and I like buying brand new. Anyways, so let's go ahead and begin. We're going to use, I don't know if I just said, we're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify or to go deeper. We will be going deep. And we're going to use the Psychic Tarot for the main spread. But let's start with our oracles. And let's start with Mother Mary. Everything's pre-shuffled. I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple shuffles. This is the kind of reading where you really want to try to get your head out of it and pay attention to your intuition. I feel like if a message is for you, you'll know it, you'll feel it. Something will resonate, you'll get angel bumps, that type of thing. All right, let's give them a cut. And let's begin. Again, all signs. Love. Let me take that book out of there. All right, well, we have feminine. Feminine. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. Feminine. We need to remember that we're both masculine and feminine. I'm someone who lives probably more in my masculine energy than my feminine energy, and I have to be reminded to allow that part of myself also to come out. So that may be for some of you what it means. It may also be, feminine is the nurturer. So we can talk about making sure that your heart hasn't hardened due to past experiences, right? Let those be, let those go. And what you're doing is you're telling the universe, listen, I'm ready for something new. And you're not looking just for anything. I feel like in this reading we're looking for truly our soulmate, someone that hopefully, we have free will, so we have to remember that, but hopefully we spend the rest of our lives with. So, feminine energy. All right, we'll put that over there, and let's bring in Archangel Raphael. Welcome him to the party. Couple shuffles. And by the way, I'm going to read from the book at the end of the reading. I just find that's where the words through the book are most profound. They always relate back to the reading. I just love it that way. All right, Archangel Raphael. Okay, well, that didn't take long. Yes. Yes, the answer is yes. Interesting. I don't know. I've used this deck a lot. I've been doing tarot forever. But I don't even remember the last time I got this card. Yes, dear Archangel Raphael, please help me trust my feelings as an accurate barometer of truth. Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me trust my feelings as the accurate barometer of truth. Yes, and I also feel like this may be saying to you, you know, sometimes we want to say no, but maybe as it relates to love, maybe we should be saying yes, but we'll see. All right, put those right there so you can see them, and let's go ahead and bring in the tarot portion. So I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot. I think all the cards in front of me that we're using today, I got at Hay House. By the way, I'm not promoting them or anything. It's just that a lot of people ask me that. Alright, and we are going to shuffle for your cards. So let's go ahead and begin. Happy Saturday, by the way. Everybody's working for the weekend. Alright. Okay, all face up. We have nice fulfillment of wishes. This is the Nine of Cups. This is a great energy. This is an energy where, you know, you're really feeling harmony within. This is not about out there. It is the energy of really, you know, loving your life again. And it doesn't even mean anybody's in it or that there aren't issues. It just means that you've learned how to better deal with issues or not allow them to become like blocks. You know what I mean? So this is first finding that inner harmony. It makes complete sense to me that, you know, inner harmony needs to be first. And again, you're not shooting for perfection, anything like that. We're imperfect. It's just the way we are. But fulfillment of wishes is what it's called here. So I feel like I'm at this stage, or at least, you know, again, it doesn't mean like I love every part of my life. Every part of my life is going smoothly. Probably not, because, you know, that's just life. And remember, as spiritual beings, we're here for these earthly lessons to really expand our soul. We have the Fool, a new beginning. That's perfect following the Nine of Cups. First of all, in this deck, it's called Fulfillment of Wishes. So to me, it makes me feel like there's something that's coming in. There's a wish that's coming true. But first and foremost is the Fool's energy. That's probably why I said don't allow your past to dictate your present, because if you do, then you're pretty much creating your future. Remember, it's a seed you plant today that will be your harvest in the fall. So the Fool, a new beginning. The Fool takes a leap of faith. You know, the Fool doesn't always, sometimes the Fool falls, but the Fool gets back up. And then we have obstacles and challenges. Obstacles and challenges. There may be something we need to get through. There may be some challenge that needs to be cleared, or an obstacle. It is a 5. A 5 does ask for change. So, you know, it's like this person's walking the plank. But do they have to? Let's keep going. Figure out why that's there. What kind of obstacles you may be facing. We have sacrifice. Sacrifice. So it feels like to me there's something in this 5 that doesn't need to be sacrificed. However, this, you know, it's like I make the sacrifice and then I have fulfillment of wishes. They're mirroring each other, right? Sacrifice, fulfillment of wishes. Sometimes I do have to sacrifice something, but it feels like whatever I'm sacrificing is within obstacles and challenges. So, you know, maybe that's a good thing anyway. Part of Leo, by the way, just in case anyone's wondering. All right, let's keep going. Well, look at this. The star. Hope. Keeping hope alive. You know, I love that the star is coming right under fulfillment of wishes, because the star is about your wishes. It's about your dreams, and it's about manifesting them into your everyday life. So that's a very good omen, I feel. And then, you know, when we look at fulfillment of wishes, it is a 9. So it's also reflection. You know, sometimes we only reflect on the lessons, but sometimes we need to reflect on, you know, the sacrifices we made, how we got to this 9 of Cups to start with. And I feel like, and then some type of dream is coming true. Well, we're speaking of love here. That is a card of Aquarius also. See what comes under the Fool. New beginning. Interesting, they're coming out like one by one. We have the World. So this is the next portal. This is the next chapter. And interesting, because the Fool would really ask you to, you know, let go of that past as much as you can, because again, one thing has nothing to do with another. You know, the wisdom extracted from your past, yes. But other than that, you know, and you know, the World chapter to me is the most spiritual time in our lives. This is really when I'm walking hand in hand with my spirituality and my humanness. So I feel like, and we also need to trust our spiritual selves as it relates to taking a chance. Again, the Fool is going to take a chance. There's something new that's opening up. We already know that. I mean, everything is showing us that. Will I take that leap into this next chapter? It sits upon your wheel of dreams and wishes. And right off the bat, the first thing that opens up is fulfillment of wishes. So there's something coming true for you, some type of wish that's manifesting. And again, it does seem like a sacrifice is needed. But the sacrifice to me feels like something that I needed to let go of anyway. You have 4 major arcanas already. Okay. That's a lot of cards, but you know what? I'm going to take them. We have partnerships and alliances. Solitude. This is the Hermit. Another 9, by the way. You know, it feels like this person's looking at the book of wisdom, book of life, learning from that book, understanding what needs to be sacrificed. And I'm sure it's different things for different people. Can talk about a person, right? It could be someone that I'm currently with and things are not working out, or things had not been working out. And do I want to continue on that path, or do I want something new? You know, I feel like right off the bat with the Star and fulfillment of wishes, we're definitely looking at soulmate energy. The Hermit is the card of Virgo. We have deception and envy. Okay, that's a weird place for it to come up, but we're going to take it. We have authority. This is the Emperor, another major arcana. Card of Aries. But really this is, you know, it is card of Aries, but let's take that aside for a second and just talk about the energy of the Emperor. The Emperor is someone who definitely has lived a lot of life. This is someone who thinks, you know, like putting a plan together makes me feel good. Like having that plan, even if I don't follow it to the T, still having a plan. This is the leader of the people. Someone that normally we can look up to. He is in the upright, even though he does have deception and envy next to it. We'll figure that out as we bring in our clarifiers. Like, what's that doing there? We'll probably figure it out before that. Some of you, this could speak about business ownership, promotions. Some of you could be related to a boss. This is also the father figure. We have beautiful Temperance, another major arcana. So Temperance's main message is patience, written right on the card, right? Patience to allow, well, I feel like Temperance is, especially as it relates to soulmate, she's feeding both the cups, both the cups of the soulmates, bringing them to the same vibration, or waiting for one to reach a certain vibration. It's equal. This is about divine timing. And I have to say, I feel like divine timing means like letting go of control of exactly how something must look, exactly when something must show, and just know that if I'm planting that seed with the universe, that I'm ready, right? I'm ready. Show me what you got, and the universe is going to respond to that. I love this coming under partnerships and alliances, because first and foremost, I feel like this is someone who will really get you, understand you, and you them on a soul level. And a lot of times I feel like if you haven't been in a soulmate relationship yet, and by the way, I feel like we have more than one soulmate. I don't know why I keep saying I feel like. I know that we have more than one soulmate. Not all are meant to be romantic. Friends, family, our children, our parents, neighborhood butcher. You know what I mean? There can be many, and we have many different soulmates. But again, we're speaking about love. Card of Sagittarius. Look at this, another major arcana, wisdom. Wisdom. This is about your belief system. It's the card of Taurus. I don't know if I just said that. But this is about your belief system. And it does ask you to question it, because again, it's a 5. So it's the ability to have change in one life. Some change we don't want, but some change we do want. And I feel like because it's mirroring sacrifice up here, and also solitude, that, I feel like you've arrived at a place where you're starting to look at your life and you're asking yourself, am I living my authentic life? Am I doing the things that I want to do? Am I following other people's beliefs? Am I being a follower? And this is mirrored by deception and envy, which is the 7 of Swords, by the way. Usually untrustworthy energy. But with wisdom here, I feel like if there's anyone who's coming towards you who is of deceptive energy, you're going to know it, especially if you're able to trust your energy. Like, you don't need to create barriers and walls. Like, really trust your own energy. Anything that comes towards you, you're going to feel it. And then last but not least, we have Shadow, another major arcana. Why not? This is the Moon. It is the card of Pisces, the ruler of Cancer. We're going to take it right with wisdom, though. I feel like I love the image in here on this card, because I feel like, we all have a light and a dark, a masculine and a feminine. And I feel like someone is looking right, like the dark side of me is looking right at the light side of me. The light side of me is looking right back at the dark side of me. So to me, it feels like understanding. Like, okay, I know those dark elements within myself, or even, where I have been, what has brought me to, that level. So it's finding, again, balance, right? The moon can cast shadows, which can feel like illusions. And that's another reason why we need to trust our own energy. For some of you, I feel like you're eclipsing out someone who you can't trust. Listen, I feel like this reading is not talking about someone coming in that you're going to have to worry about. Quite the opposite. And I feel like if you're with someone, or you've recently been with someone who you just couldn't trust, right? They leave the house, you don't know what they're doing, you don't know where they're going, they're on their phone, you don't know who they're talking to, and that's a horrible way of living, right? It's certainly not fulfilling. And this is all about fulfilling your wishes. But something does need sacrifice. And at this moment, I feel like it may be a person. But again, if it's a person, it's because it means that they're kind of pulling me down to their vibration. And maybe I've worked long and hard to raise my own vibration. I don't want to be pulled down, right? If someone wants to be with me, then they need to match my vibration. And that could be a lesson that I had to learn also, right? And I use my daughter for example all the time. She probably hates it, but, she's pulled to a certain type of energy that really isn't good for her. And I can see the pattern within it. So it's breaking that pattern, realizing like, okay, it's almost like I'm attracted to the bad boy or the bad girl, and that doesn't serve me, right? It may be fun in the beginning, but it's not going to give me the everlasting love that I'm looking for. This is about, to me, everlasting love. So I also feel like it could be saying, don't shut your heart down due to someone who has been deceptive in the past. Don't assume that the next person will be that way, especially if you have been working on your own vibration, thinking about your own goals in your own life. Be willing to sacrifice what needs to be sacrificed so that you can live a more fulfilled life. All right, look at this. Ace of Wands, passion ignited. Passion ignited. Well, I kind of love that, because in a way that makes me feel like, just what I said in the beginning of the reading, that someone may be coming in that you really don't expect. And listen, if you just look back at other relationships, usually we never expected, right? We never expected them to come in, especially good ones. It's like the relationship I'm in right now. I never expected that, I'd be back with someone that I was with 40 years ago, but here I am. So I feel like this is saying the energy starts first, like you start to feel like something's coming, something's changing. And you know why I feel like you're able to feel that? Because the Nine of Cups is the very first card with the Fool attached to it. So again, I am not allowing my past to dictate my present or future. I want to clear what I can clear. And then obstacles and challenges. I feel like, especially with partnerships and alliances under that, I feel like, if there's any little hurdles left, someone may come in and help you to overcome those hurdles, and you them. I just want to look underneath that. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Okay, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot and let's just go deeper. Let's figure out why everything is here. You have 2 5s on the table, so that could definitely speak about 2 changes. The Fool would certainly speak about a new path. Now, it doesn't have to mean your whole life, like every part of my life is changing, but I feel like your love life is probably changing. And I feel pretty confident in saying that with the World right below the Fool. So, the Fool is saying yes to this next journey. Yes to this next portal. And again, it's attached to your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. Bring the lid down a little bit so you can see better. All right, we're going to start at the beginning, but we're reading it as a whole. So we're looking at fulfillment of wishes, the Fool, obstacles and challenges, and sacrifice. Well, that's a lot, but we are going to take them because they're all face up. Okay. We start with the Eight of Swords. It's interesting because the way the cards fell, and just the way I picked them up, it doesn't even feel like they're in order. But nonetheless, I feel like I have to put them down the way that I picked them up. So the Eight of Swords talks about a self-created prison. Now, it makes sense with sacrifice on the other end. You know, I need to break myself free from these limited thoughts. Maybe I think I'll never have love, right? Maybe I think I'll never find the type of love that could last forever and be truly fulfilling. Well, this is telling you you can, but you do have to break yourself free from that prison. I feel like a lot of times it's due to our thoughts that we create this. 8 is about a new beginning. 8 is also infinity. As above, so below. Sometimes I feel like this is saying, don't forget that you're a spiritual being. These self-created prisons are an earthly or human type energy. It's not our spiritual being that's creating these prisons. It's our earthly mind. But we are trying to protect ourselves. We have the Three of Wands. To me, it's like the Yes card. This is saying to the universe, you know what? I'm going to start looking at life in the way of like everything that can be, all the possibilities. Why can't my ships come in? They can. They can. And, you know, this is also letting go of control, like just knowing that they're going to come in. And when they come in, I'll be ready for them, especially over the Fool's energy. This is choosing to look at life with an optimistic view. And I feel like when we do that, our life does change. I mean, how could it not? Eight of Swords, it's kind of a negative view, right? But I feel like that is where the sacrifice is talking about. And then the Three of Wands, I love the Three of Wands energy because I just feel like, you know, first of all, it's passionate. It's passion-driven. It's desire-driven. It is about action, right? I'm willing to take the action. So as my ships come in, I'm willing to accept those ships. Well, hello, Wheel. Wheel's coming over obstacles and challenges. And I have to say, you know, when we think about our destiny or even just this lifetime, sometimes we're wondering, like, how can life be so cruel, right? But again, if we remember that we're spiritual beings, we can really overcome anything. So I feel like the Wheel talks about that. Like the Wheel talks about your destiny and all that can be, but also even the lessons that sat upon your wheel. But the 5 says it's time for change. We have the Death card. Card of Scorpio. This is closing a door. But I'm closing that door so a new door can open. I want to have a rebirth in my life, especially as it relates to love. But a door does need closed. So again, I feel like the door that needs closed is, first of all, now this 7 of Swords, this untrustworthy energy, has caused you to create this prison, right? I don't want that again. Well, that's why you have to learn to trust your energy, right? Your intuition. Because I feel like, you know, we're given the red flags, but we choose to ignore them. You know, I've ignored many red flags in my life, and I've paid the price. But I've also learned from them. I've gained the wisdom from them. So, closing a door so that you can have a rebirth in your life. I just feel like someone needs to be eclipsed out, or at least their energy. Death card mirroring the 8 of Swords. It's like, I have to close that door. I have to realize where my thoughts take me. Do I go to a negative place, or do I go to a positive place? And if I go to a negative place, why? Have I given my power away to someone? Well, I want to regain my power. right? I don't want to allow someone who, hurt me and was deceptive to, again, determine, what can be next in my life. We have the moon again, so we have double Pisces on the board. Also double Cancer, because Cancer is ruled by the moon. What's coming over the Hope card? Nine of Swords. Interesting. Look at this. But then we have the Nine of Cups again. And then we have the Emperor again. Some of you may have dealt with an Aries, or it doesn't even have to be an Aries. It could be someone who, and this is, I'm not saying this about Aries, because Aries really is a seed planter. And, I was with an Aries for over 25 years, and he was a great guy. So not all Aries, are, I need to warn you against. But there's something that's going on here that I feel like there could have been someone who, I just feel like, kept you in a state of worry. If I think something's going to get better with someone who puts me in that state of worry, this is showing you that it doesn't. Because it goes from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is really extreme worry. But it's really unnecessary worry. That's the message of the Nine of Swords. This worry that you keep playing in your head, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary if you're willing to really look at, what has caused it. And then you move right into the Nine of Cups. So I feel like if I can clear that energy, if I can break free from that energy, and again, it doesn't even mean putting certain expectations on what is going to be, but it is saying, that I do not want what I've already had. Unless you do, unless it's someone from your past. But I feel like I don't feel like this is about taking anyone back, again, that kept you in a state of worry. Because I don't feel like there would be change there, almost like a narcissist type of energy. And I don't want to waste my life trying to change them, because it's not going to happen. At least I've never heard of anyone changing their energy, a narcissist's energy. If anything, they'll make you believe that. Oh, I'll change for you, my dear. No, you won't. I've given you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And now I'm taking my power back. Now I want to start living life my way. I want to start allowing my wishes to come true. And with you in my life, and you causing this extreme worry, it keeps me in that state. And I feel like I'm just done. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Now, I hate to put Aries down, and again, it doesn't even mean it's an Aries, but the Death card is right above the Emperor here. I also feel like there may be someone who, like dangles a carrot in front of you, like, yeah, sure, I'll make a commitment, in the right time or what have you, but then they don't. You have to know what you deserve. You know what I mean? Like, you have to know that even the hardships are here to teach you, are here to help your soul evolve. And, it's like reclaiming your power. And I feel like once you reclaim your power, forget about it. Like, no one's going to walk on me. And I feel like the universe is saying the same thing. Like, Divine's saying, reclaim your power. I feel like this Emperor has kept some in a, again, like, it feels like a fluctuation. Like, are we going to be, aren't we going to be? Tells me one thing, but then does another. So, that's what I'm sacrificing. And when I say me, I mean you, I mean us. That's what is being sacrificed. You know, it's interesting because the Emperor is mirrored by the moon over here, but also has the moon right below him. And then right above him is the Death card. We have a lot of people on the board, so, you know, sign-wise, I feel like we have the majority out already, but beyond that, kind of forget about that. You know, even like when I say Aries, I'm not saying that Aries is not, you know, is not a good person. And this probably isn't even an Aries, but I do feel the energy of this person kind of like, you know, making you false promises and then not following through. Like making you promises and then not following through. But it's like your heart's being activated for a reason. And I feel like that's because once you break yourself free from that prison, reclaim your power, close that door, get back to your belief system, the universe takes notice. And especially with temperance here, right? Sometimes the patience is divine waiting on us. But I feel like it's like divine is saying, but you don't understand. I have the perfect person. I have the perfect person in mind for you. But I can't bring it in when the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords exist. Now, it doesn't mean, again, that you have to be like all happy and, you know, like, oh, you know, I can't wait for what life has next. But you do want to understand where you've trapped yourself, where you allow your thought system to go. And again, I feel like a lot of that is due to someone else, but you have to understand also that I can't accept that anymore. You know, you either want to be with me or you don't want to be with me. The wheel is producing the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is producing the Fool. All right, let's keep going. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So many of you who've been with me have heard me say that I feel like this is your guardian angel. And the Knight of Pentacles is also a lesson in patience, right? The Knight of Pentacles comes in at the right time. May not be what we feel is the right time, but it's like divine knows when the right time is. I do feel like they're waiting for you to clear someone's energy. No doubt, I feel that. Especially because it's coming over deception and envy. I feel like your guardian angel or your spirit guides are saying, we need you to break free from this prison. And when you do, this Ace of Pentacles will come in. What's the Ace of Pentacles mean? To me, it means something that's coming into your physical world. You know, it's just not a wish. It's just not an energy. It's an actual person coming into your physical world. We have the Page of Swords. You know what I feel like for some of you? I feel like this Page of Swords is saying that there is someone who has just been untrustworthy, who's broken your heart. And I feel like every time you like start to move away from that, boom, they try to bring you back in. That is a narcissist energy, right? If I can't have you, no one can have you. But I'll keep you miserable. You know what I mean? So we need to find our power. And I do feel that a little bit like, you know, things like I start to feel a little better and then bam, they call me. Don't take that call. Don't take that call. Don't even try to talk to them. That's just my advice. Like, because talking to them like, no, like you're a narcissist and I'm done. It doesn't even matter because they're not going to hear you. They're going to act like they hear you. So know that. So I do feel like there is someone who, like, you try to get away and boom, they try to come back in. Don't take that call. Whoa. Okay, this card just went flying all over the place. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. Hello, Two of Cups. So there is our soulmate. And by the way, coming over temperance, divine timing, and also mirroring the wheel, your destiny. And what's in between the wheel and the Two of Cups? The Nine of Cups. So sometimes I feel like when we find that inner harmony, it's like a sign to the universe that we're ready. We're ready. You know, this is someone who matches your vibration. They're looking eye to eye. I don't have to lower my vibration to be with this person, and this person doesn't have to lower theirs. We're at the same vibration, just as it was meant to be. Coming over divine energy. It's like there's nothing to fear here but fear itself. And then, hello, Eight of Wands, fast-moving energy. How fast? Well, I feel like the faster we break ourselves free from these self-created prisons, the faster this energy moves. This is also what I think about, I bring about. So if I do not look at the 8 and 9 of Swords, I hate to say this, but I almost feel doomed to repeat it. If I take that call from who I know is that narcissist, who I know has just fed me like, you know, unfulfilled promises, then I know where I'm going back to. So that is definitely what sacrifice and the death card for me are talking about. Literally the closing of that door. Literally the reclaiming of your power. Getting out of your head. You know, a narcissist can tell you all kinds of things like, you know, no one's going to love you. They can tell you all kinds of things, and we can take that on. We can believe that, but that's an illusion. That's their limited beliefs. Oh, we have one more card. The Eight of Pentacles. Some of you, this could be someone you meet through your creative outlets. You know, I was going to say work, and that may be the case for some, but I don't know why I'm picking up like I'm out dancing. And this has nothing to do with the Eight of Pentacles, but I'm feeling like, you know, like I'm out. And maybe I'm out with my girlfriends or my guy friends, and lo and behold, I meet someone. Now, I'm not saying that's the only way at all. I'm not saying that, but I do feel like there's a few of you that is how it's going to happen. Some of you could speak about as you start to move into a new creative outlet. It's, you know, I feel like when we allow our creative selves to be alive, I feel like that is what really helps bring us an inner harmony. And when we have that inner harmony, we are telling the universe, well, it's not even that I'm telling the universe, hey, I'm looking for love. But the universe is like, okay, she's ready. He's ready. Eight of Pentacles, you know, will something work? Well, Eight of Pentacles says, if you focus upon it, you know, if you put your focus upon it, it'll work. Some of you, I feel like you may have started a new job, gone in a different direction, maybe moved, you know, started a new creative outlet, and I feel like that's how you're going to meet this person. I feel like first and foremost, it's like your heart is activated, and when your heart is activated, it's kind of like the universe is testing to see, like, okay, is he or she ready for their soulmate? And again, I feel like with the World card right here, this is for the rest of your life. Of course, there is free will again. But these two people are on the same vibration. Where over here, this person is definitely in a lower vibration. And to be with this person, it requires me to lower my own vibration. I got to learn not to do that. I just have to learn not to do that. I love that the Two of Cups is coming over Temperance. You know, Temperance says, Let go of control of exactly how something must show, and instead be open to the feeling of it. It reminds me of maybe your whole life you've been attracted to blondes, with blue eyes, and all of a sudden someone with black hair and brown eyes comes in and you're like, well, you're not my normal type. But then you give them a chance and it's like you just fall in love. Sometimes it can be someone comes in and you're like, well, I'm not really attracted to them, but man, they're such a nice person. And then, you hang out with them for a little bit longer, and before you know it, you're in love. So it's letting go of exactly how something must look and just trusting in divine that, especially if you're willing to take on the Fool's energy, divine's like, I feel like you got nothing to worry about. Especially if you're willing to close the door to the things that were no longer serving you and the people, divine's like, you got nothing to worry about. Okay, I'm not quite ready to end it yet. Again, the Knight of Pentacles here. This tells me that what is the Knight of Pentacles bringing into your physical world? A soulmate. And again, I felt within partnerships and alliances, this is someone who is just really going to see your soul. It's like, I know who you are before I even know you. I feel like I've known you forever. Doesn't always happen that way, so again, we have to let go of those little things that we think we have to look for. But the one thing we do want to do is trust, be present, be in the present, because that's where the red flags are sent. And I do feel like someone may make a call, like this soulmate may come in, and then there may be someone from your past who then makes that call, like, baby, I want you back with me. No way. No way am I going back. Click. And again, I feel like don't even pick up the phone, because there's no reasoning with some people. All right. I'm just going to go right across the board here. So we have soulmates who showed up. I knew that they would. We have passion ignited. We have fulfillment of wishes. Now we have the Six of Wands. This is victorious energy. This is also energy where people are looking up to you because of the actions that you've taken, and usually bold actions. And for some of you, it's like, I broke free from a narcissist. Like, congratulations, congratulations. I know, I've been there. It's not easy to do. And again, there is no reasoning. But I feel like divine uses our experiences to help others. And that also helps raise our vibration. So I like this energy, because this can even talk about someone who admires what you do, the actions that you've taken. I feel like definitely it's saying, can I break myself free from this self-created prison? Absolutely. And then we have the King of Wands. Can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Interesting, it's coming over the Nine of Swords. I feel like fire, you're getting a bad rap in this reading. But again, that's only if you're only looking at it as a fire sign. I don't just look at it as a fire sign. I look at their energy. Now, it could be a fire sign that's coming in, no doubt. But because it's coming over the Nine of Swords, I feel like this is a person that's caused a lot of anxiety for me. And, man, when I can break myself free from that, immediately your vibration's like, whoop, right? Because it's like someone has you tethered to their vibration. And as soon as you're able to cut those ties, it's like your vibration raises, theirs stays down where it belongs. All right, anything else want to come out? Now is the time. We have the King of Pentacles now. Can be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Coming over the Nine of Cups, so to me it feels like a better match. But let's talk about this King. And again, forget that it's Earth. Doesn't mean it can't be Earth. They may even have Earth somewhere in their chart. But this is someone, the King of Pentacles is someone who really looks at life from the big picture down. This is someone who, in the upright, is loyal, wants to put down roots. You know, it's important that they put down roots. They don't feel, you know, and I'm talking in mature energy, you know, maybe when they were younger, they could have been all over the place. But now, as the King, I feel like I'm ready to put down roots. Matter of fact, it means a lot to me to have that. And again, I feel like this is someone who's loyal, where before I feel like you probably didn't have that. Now this King's coming over the Nine of Cups energy that has a soulmate and the wheel attached to it. So I do feel like this King, bye-bye, this King, come on in. Male or female, by the way, don't forget we have feminine energy. So some of us could certainly be living, you know, we could be female, but living more in like the King's type energy. There's nothing wrong with that. But we just need to know, first of all, I feel like if I'm a female, this King comes in, I feel like automatically my feminine energy wants to come out. But he's connected to the soulmates. And then we have stand your ground. Well, stand your ground was under the Ace of Wands also. Stand your ground. Connected to that Emperor. How can I not look at the Emperor as someone who needs to be eclipsed out? Now, standing your ground doesn't mean all the time like I should battle and like not back down. Sometimes standing your ground just means I've decided I want a better life. I want someone better in my life, and I am not going to budge from that. That I will not budge from. So, you know, if there's like someone who's calling you again that had untrustworthy energy, and listen, you would know. You would know who I'm talking about. Because I feel like right when I start to get to a certain place, boom, my phone rings. Do not answer. Change your number. Literally change your number. Okay. And I want to look directly at the soulmates now. And then we'll let it be. We will read the cards from the book, but right over the soulmates and temperance. You know, it's like temperance is saying there's one final obstacle or challenge you need to get through. But you do need to get through it, right? Don't ignore it. Don't wear a blindfold. You know, walk through it. Climb over it. Whatever you need to do. But don't stay in it. Sometimes I just got to face the facts. The Hierophant. Again, we have double Taurus now on the board. But I kind of love that the Hierophant came over and we're only looking at the Two of Cups right now. So I feel like this is someone that I can trust. This is someone who I feel like is coming in the light. I already know that when it's coming over temperance and mirrored by the wheel. This is someone who probably has a belief system much like your own. Your authentic belief system. Feels like a match made in heaven. All of a sudden, I'm just feeling like that, like a match made in heaven. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Five of Cups. And then the Ace of Wands has made it from the bottom of the deck to our last card, right over the Two of Cups. So, let's talk about this. So the Five of Cups. Interesting, because the Five of Cups is the energy of where I'm really focusing on all I have lost. You know, I'm focusing on the cups that have been knocked over. But in a way, the energy is more like woe is me type energy. So, and again, I feel like this Empress got something to do with that. Like, again, casting an illusion. But when this person, because it's a 5, decides that I'm not going to live my life that way anymore. I'm going to move into the 3 of Wands. I'm going to start looking at all that can be. There's 2 cups that are waiting. Well, here they are. Here they are. I also feel like the 9 of Cups that keeps showing, it is talking about, because I feel like divine and the Knight of Pentacles is talking about divine timing, right? At the right time. So I feel like some energy does need cleared so that I can better accept this, so that I can move in and enjoy it for what it's going to be. Again, that Ace of Wands has made its way from the bottom of the deck. So it's telling us who has ignited your heart. Even if I don't know here, I'm just kind of feeling it. Like I just feel like someone's coming my way. Boom. Now it's right over the 2 of Cups. Some of you that could certainly talk about someone you already know. Doesn't have to be, but it could be someone that you already know. And how are they going to come in? Well, I'm not really sure yet how they're going to come in. Because maybe it's just unexpected. And honestly, I feel like the more I can uncreate these mental prisons, the more that I can stop believing in people who don't believe in me. And the more I can start looking at life as in, why can't my ships come in? They can. But I need to believe that. It's like you're planting that seed. The soulmate sits upon your will. It is destined. Now, again, you do have free will. So free will can definitely stop a lot of things that were meant for us. And I say stop it, but yeah, I guess stop it. And why would it stop it? Well, because I'm probably going to say no. Or maybe I've started to isolate myself. And even in that state, because, how did Sam and I get together? He called my house phone. I was at home. So you don't have to be out and about to meet someone. And for some of you, I do feel like this could be someone like of your past, but not this person who has been untrustworthy, because I feel like that will just continue. That would just continue. And you deserve so much better. And there is so much better. With the 5 of Wands here, I feel like sometimes I got to realize that, here I am fighting and fighting and fighting for someone who is not even willing to fight back for me. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? I need to analyze these things. I need to look at them. I need to know myself, not in judgment, just so that you can have a better life, have a better love. We start with that Ace of Wands on the bottom, and now it is igniting these soulmates' hearts, with Temperance being involved, divine, and your spiritual team being involved, right? Bringing it into your physical world. Will you be ready? Because I feel like you have to get ready first. You got to be able and willing to take a leap of faith. You got to understand that, yes, you've had some hardships, and they are part of your will also. It's a lesson. And listen, I feel like if you've been with a narcissist, what's the lesson? How I can leave. How I can break that off. But the wheel also is your blessings. The seeds of intention that your soul really wanted to experience. And I feel like one of them is a deep love. Again, I feel like past energy has been difficult, no doubt, for some of you. And I do feel like it's time that's going to heal that. It's time and reflection. But remember, like with the 9s that we're seeing, it's the final reflection. Like, I don't need to reflect on this for the rest of my life. I just need to look back, see the patterns, understand them, and then close that door. And again, if that person tries to reach out, don't answer your phone, because there's someone else that is your soulmate. I don't know, guys. I feel like this is pretty clear. But let's start with Archangel Raphael, where we have yes, the very last card. The answer to your question is yes. You probably already knew this, and Archangel Raphael wishes to validate your intuitive feelings. I have a feeling it's talking about this Ace of Wands. It's like that feeling. It's like, why is my heart being activated? What's going on? What's coming in? Anyway, you probably already knew this, and Archangel Raphael wishes to validate your intuitive feelings. This card is a talisman to help you deal with current situations and prepare you for the future. Sometimes the greatest gift you can receive is knowing what to expect next. Raphael reminds you that everything can change in even more positive directions. So stay open to your intuitive wisdom, which will guide you along the way. So you're going to be guided. And that just means that you can let go of like all the when, how, who, and just allow yourself to be guided. Let's read what the possible other meanings could be. Things are going in a positive direction. Well, that's good to hear because we have the wheel. You're on the right path. A recent change proves healthful. Accept an offer that was made to you. A new opportunity is imminent. And yes, your feelings are accurate. The prayer, dear Archangel Raphael, please help me trust my feelings as the accurate barometer of truth. Amen. All right, and let's read Mother Mary, feminine. I feel like if I've been dealing with someone that's very, very difficult, I could see why I would need more of my masculine energy. But this is more about love. This is all about love. All right. Mother Mary demonstrates that you can be both feminine and strong. Her sweet and loving nature is balanced by a clear vision of her duty to God's will. Whether you're a woman or man, you have a feminine and a masculine nature. This card comes to you as a message for you to allow your feminine side to be more present and accessible to others. Your femininity includes virtues such as nurturing, tenderness, sweetness, softness, and gentleness, as well as receptivity and intuition. In fact, in order for you to develop your spiritual gifts, including intuition, it's essential to allow yourself to receive, and that includes divine messages. Well, divine was very clear here. Here is the soulmate. Here is the Ace of Wands. Here is your guardian angel, bringing it into your physical world. And I feel like all I need to do is think about where is my vibration? Am I willing to take a chance? And listen, if you're nervous about it, take it slow. I say that all the time. Take it slow. And sometimes it's good to take it slow so that you can experience all the romance. Sometimes we want to push it to commitment right away, but allow someone to, pursue you. Like, going on those dates. It's exciting. Don't skip that. You know what I mean? And that's where I feel like the Fool was saying, let's start at the beginning. But I have no doubt that this has the potential of going for the rest of your life. Break yourself free from any limited thoughts, any self-created prisons, and understand again that you're a spiritual being and that there is so much more. You know, sometimes we think this is it. There's nothing left. Done with life. And then life shows us something that just blows our mind. So, anyways, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I thank you. I love you. I love doing readings for all signs. I don't know. I just love doing these readings. I love doing all readings, but especially for all signs. I feel like this was very clear. So I can't wait to read your comments. And by the way, I feel like your comments really help other people. So remember that, you know, like, you know, just your, like, don't be afraid to share your experiences. Try to keep it within one comment. You know, some people like put 20 comments, and I'd rather you try to keep that into one. You know, you can comment underneath your own comment, but your experiences, I feel like, will help others also, especially if you're someone who was able to clear that Eight of Swords energy. Especially if you're someone who was able to overcome or leave, let's say, a narcissistic type energy. And if you're someone whose vibration you have been working on and you know that you've reached a certain level. Because the Three of Wands is just like, listen, I know they're going to come in when it's the right time. Whatever that may be. Divine is so involved in your life. And that you can trust. All right, guys, I love you. And I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.